Hi, I'm Natasha Tuli, architect and marathoner. I used to run a contemporary art gallery in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm a brain hemorrhage survivor and I feature in a book called Inspirational Indian Runners. I now run Soulflower, an ethical and effective skin and hair care brand, selling in the US, in UK, in Japan, in UAE, and of course in India. We were recently selected for the Amazon Accelerator program, and I have actually met Jeff Bezos in the flesh. Let me introduce the background of this presentation. When I was asked to be a part of the Beauty and Personal Care Summit, I knew immediately that I had to discover something special to talk about, something simple yet unique, something beyond formulations. And that's how I decided to talk about my purpose of making soap, my experiments with truth, and the thoughts that emerge. As part of the Life project, I spend a week collecting memories, ingredients, sketches, and conversations with consumers that led to conceptualizing each bar of soap that I make. Let's put on my magic glasses and look at the world where soap is not just a cleaning device, but more the work of a wellness alchemist who converts everyday ingredients that you may find in any kitchen into a bar of soap. How does an untrained person cook food? He looks at the finished product or he handles the ingredients, and there starts his journey from seed to fruit. The process of how I make my soap is very unique, almost therapeutic. So much so, Soulfla has been granted patents for a now non heat self preservative process. Being a visual artist, I think in images. I visualize my customers touching, feeling, smelling the soap, the effect the soap will have on him or her. I dream of how I should make my soap story. So once you hold it in your hand, you won't put it down. Let's teach our customers, the consumers, how to experience the product that you have created with all its little details and intricacies, the stories and the ideas that germinated into a usable, consumerable product. So, what are the few things that conjure memories, that take you back to the start of the story? Sight, what you can see, what you see every day, what you remember that you have seen in the past. Smell. I think smell is one of the most important memories. I remember all the smells from the time when I was a little girl, and I'm sure you do too. The concept of soap is to cleanse your body. At the same time, soap making is about experimenting, being curious, using intuition, playing with emotions, and creating a multi sensory bathing experience. Touch. Of course, touch is one of the earlier memories we have. You may have a memory, of your mom touching you or being cuddled or being hugged or things like that. So I think touch, learning different textures, what to touch and what not to touch. I think that is one of the biggest and the most early experiences that we learn. A soap making process requires a good balance of the left brain and the right brain. Thinking, seeking to investigate the chemical reasons behind the transformation of ingredients, as well as the artistic sensory wellness. and technical components of a new and an innovative soap. Natural ingredients. Putting them together into a soap is so much like cooking. You never know how they will mesh together and create an entirely new smell, feel, and color. These images that you see and that I'm sharing with you are part of the 7-day project that I conducted as part of this presentation. And you can actually see the little things that went into making the soap, that went into imagining how it would be, the memories, the ingredients, the textures, the notes, everything is out there for you to see. In fact, I would like to say that this presentation of mine is more about you understanding visually how a creative artist thinks and conjures products, sorry. The magic of carefully chosen ingredients, merging, melting, mixing, and transforming into a botanical wonder. As you can see from this picture, once the soap and the memory is actually solidified into a tangible product, we hand cut it, we hand clean it, we hand trim it, and then we actually stamp the name of the company, what is the soap all about, 100% vegetarian. The memories that were made to actually make the soap are stamped into it. And this is the process that you can see. Of course, apart from memories and feelings and emotions that go into making a soap and conceptualizing a soap, there is a market pulse, there is the customer, there is the consumer, there are people who actually, the ones who are going to actually use the product, right? They are the ones that are most important. And understanding what they want, what the spoken word is, and what is the unspoken word, what are the new things that people need now, what are the new problems that they are facing. As we make our soaps with essential oils, with herbs, with fruits, with vegetables, they have a lot of therapeutic benefits and value also. And just imagine, you can't sleep at night, right? There's so much stress going around and you can't sleep, and you have a lovely hot bath with a nice lavender soap and you fall asleep like a baby. What would be better than that? So these are a few things that actually also go into making and finishing and finalizing the product. The aroma, as we spoke about, how is it going to smell like? The texture, how is it going to feel like when you use it? Is it going to be like a slick soap when you have a bath, or is it something that is like a scrub that you can scrub and that exfoliates you? Is it something that's going to bubble well? Is it something that will bubble in hard water? It could be soft water, any kind of water, anywhere. How are you going to package the soap so that the customer can easily open it and use it? A biodegradable packing that doesn't leave too much of a footprint, and something that is easily discarded and just you know goes away and doesn't harm the environment. The trends, so I think beauty trends are one of the most important things that everybody looks at. So for example, maybe vitamin C or salicylic acid or things like that, the new ingredients that are discovered every day. You don't really need to have them always in a medicine or in a bottle form, right? You could even have them as a soap. You could just bathe with something and feel good. You could just bathe with a vitamin C soap and glow. And why not? And there are various other requirements that we have, the market has, like baby care, right? Maybe you need something which is really gentle. As time is passing, more and more people have really really sensitive skin. They break out into hives. They have a lot of allergies to different oils. They have a lot of allergies to different kind of butters. So it's in fact, I think I would like to say that I think as we're going forward, a lot of beauty products and a lot of personal care products are actually simplifying So I think the new thing should be about how to use the least number of ingredients, but potent ingredients, and use it in the most simplest form possible. For me, a soap is the simplest form. I mean, we all need to have a bath, right? And we all feel good. So it's not just about opening a tube and applying it. It's about having a bath, feeling good about it. It's almost like a ritual. And that is what drives me to make soaps of every kind. And last of all is concerns. As I spoke about, people have new and new concerns. So with Corona in the market and all around, people have a lot of acne now around the face. That's because of the mask. So you maybe, I'm coming up with a soap that just works on this part of your face. Or people want something which is like a lip scrub. So when you're showering, you take your soap and you just rub it and you're done with it. It also depends on time, right? People don't have that much time. You want a product that does everything and all the things that you need, but in a very, very fast and a simple manner. And I think that is where the design, the idea, and the conceptualizing of a product, beauty product, comes up. How easy is it to use? How comfortable the customer feels picking it up? Does he feel worried about using it? Does he need to ask 10 people, oh my God, how am I going to use it? Is it tough to use? Or is it as simple as just unwrapping a bar of soap and using it? So, using these memories and concerns and talking to consumers for over years, I actually counted and I counted, and I actually make more than 80 varieties of soap. I also conduct workshops where you can bring a shopping list. You bring me your vegetables, you bring me anything, and I'll convert it into a soap. So I think that is the fun part of it all. And all these 80 varieties are made with various kinds of oils. We use coconut oils, we use olive oil, we use jojoba oil, all different kinds of oils are used, castor oil, and every oil has its own personality. It's like human beings. So if in a family, if you in a family, there's somebody who is always friendly, and there's someone who's very reserved, and there's someone who always gets who's a little short tempered, and there's someone who is always cool and calm. So I think if you look at ingredients, the oils that we use in our soap, they are like people. So coconut oil is very bubbly. You make a soap with coconut oil and you'll have lots of bubbles, but it doesn't moisturize you at all. If you use olive oil will give you the most smooth, soft skin that you ever wished for, but no bubbles. If you use castor oil is antibacterial, and it also helps in a lot of skin conditions like itching and eczema and things like that. So when we design the soap, what we actually do is we use a blend of various oils. So just like in a family, you've got to understand the personality of everybody, and kind of, somebody is a little too much and somebody needs to be motivated to speak up, like that. In the same way, these oils are actually, we understand the quality of every oil and we put just the right amount. So you actually get a soap that has all the amazing quality that you would ever wish from a soap. So these soaps that we do, they, of course, as I said, they are made from 100% natural oils. We use a lot of fragrant flowers. We have our own seed to face farm in Rajasthan, in Pratappur, where we actually grow these fruits, vegetables, herbs, aloe vera, turmeric. We pick it up fresh and then we actually put it into these soaps. And I think that's the most unique part, where you can actually, the customer knows exactly from the root to the seed to the finished product what has been used and where it has been used and how it has been used. This, of course, is my favorite soap, most favorite soap that I've ever made, and it is also my highest selling soap. It's a sandalwood soap. It's actually made from my childhood memory, a simple childhood memory transformed into a soap. A thought, a smell, a feeling. I call this my favorite soap, a combination of skin loving and natural ingredients: turmeric, walnut powder, basin, that's gram flour, and sandalwood, blended like magic with my mom's love and care. Ask me about my inspiration behind this sandalwood cleansing soap, and I will just tell you about the days I remember when I was a little kid, and my mother would cover me with milk and with sandalwood paste and with flour and all these things. And I remember myself running away. And, and the other thing that I also remember is the horrible, horrible smell. So when I actually started designing soaps, this was, I think, probably the second or the third soap that I designed. And it was mainly because I know these things are really beneficial. These ingredients are really beneficial. But just like I hate putting all these things on my face and body because they smell yucky and you've got to sit for hours, I just thought, what if I have like a single bar, a single thing that somebody could use that encapsulates all these memories and the benefits and all those generations of knowledge passed from my grandmom to my mom to me. What if I just make into one single product? And that is how this soap came about. This soap, amazingly, has also been clinically tested and proven to reduce the melasma of your skin. So it's not just a memory, it's a memory that actually works. Thank you, all of you, for listening. I hope I generated some insights and inspiration for how you look at a bar of soap. Please post your questions in the chat box and I will make sure to answer. Thank you and bye bye.